I fucking hate this dude. I fucking hate him. I fucking hate him.
Perhaps a finality on the KSI against Jake Paul fight. KSI seems like he's completely moving on. He doesn't want to fight. He wants no part of the Jake fight. Obviously, Jake is now 12-1. KSI is still 1-1. So it's always going to be a mixed match. My question has always been, why does KSI dislike Jake Paul so much? We've seen him talk about it many, many times. He has never hidden his dislike for Jake. Let me just show you an example.
I can't fucking listen to this, man. It's just seeing his face pisses me off. Oh my god. I fucking hate this dude. I fucking hate him. I fucking hate him way more than Logan Paul. Oh man, like Jake is actual pure shit. Fuck, man.
So every time we've seen KSI talk about Jake, he always talks about the fact that he can't stand Jake. And I've always wondered why. What is the genesis? He fights Joe Weller, and then he appears to call out Jake and Logan, Rio Ferdinand, and other names. Let's watch.
Look at me now! You said before this fight you had something planned. Is there anything you want to say to someone out there?
He forgot to call out Jake Paul. So, yeah. True Jody had to remind him.
You said you wanted to call someone out.
Oh. Wow. Obviously, man's got this belt right now. If any YouTuber wants it, you can come get it. Jake Paul, Logan Paul, any other Paul, I don't care. Bring it. Same. Yo, if any celebrity wants it, yo, where's Rio? Where's Rio Ferdinand? If Rio wants it, I know you're doing your Betfair thing. If you want some, bro, I'm ready, yo.
After that, I don't think so, but
I'm ready.
Okay, so that's the beginning. KSI calls out Jake Paul to a fight, and you will see it down the line that KSI just cannot stand Jake Paul. And I've always wondered why. Why, after fighting Joella, do you call out Jake Paul in particular? Obviously, the hatred he has for Jake is not the same he had with Logan, because obviously KSI went on Impulsive, and he has been on Impulsive many times. He signed on with Prime, getting free money to do nothing, while Logan does most of the work, at least 95% of the work. So they have a relationship there with Logan. But KSI is on record stating that he cannot stand Jake Paul. And I've always wondered why that is. What is the problem? Like, if you can work with Logan and make millions doing nothing, why do you still desire so much to fight Jake Paul to the point where you don't even want to go to your Prime partner's wedding because Jake will be there? It's like, it's a wedding. Jake is not going to fight you. Even at the launch of Prime, Jake was at the event, you were at the event, nothing happened. Although KSI did admit that he was scared at that dinner. So, what is it that makes KSI call out Jake Paul in particular? I have done some digging, and my findings are that KSI has some hang-ups about Jake.
Box again. Don't ever box again until you discipline. I want you to do well, but it really, fuck man, I have to lazy.
All right. So I think if we look around KSI's around the time he called out Jake. So this is 2008. You can see his views. This is diss track season roughly. So you're looking at 2017, right before the Joe Weller fight. And this is after the Joe Weller fight. You can see the views 10, 32. This is diss track season, so it works out. 4 million, 7 million, 6 million, 5 million, 7 million, 7 million, 6 million, 8 million. KSI was popping. This is around the Sidemen beef time, so a lot of stuff is going on. And then you look at Jake around that same time. He has 22 million, 14 million, 15 million, 12 million, 15 million, 20 million. So 11 million. These things do matter. You can see the difference in the views. 12 million, 7 million. Jake can command 13 million, 11 million on a video. Like, easily. 11 million with a fake Donald Trump, 10 million, Erica's pregnant, 22 million, 17 million. So, I just wonder, why would KSI call out Jake in this circumstance? Jake never said anything against KSI. I mean, this is around the time he gets called out. But Jake never said anything against KSI. Jake was just on his own, going viral, doing his thing, daily vlogs, all that, which is extremely hard work. And then KSI calls him out to a fight, and then we find out that the reason he doesn't like Jake Paul is because he can't stand him. And for me, he said something in this video that stood out to me. And to me, it explains why KSI doesn't like Jake Paul. Let's listen. The real reason.
Position I'm in today. Why do you think I'm so successful? Because I'm lazy? I'm a black man. I have to work 2, 3, 4 times as hard as a normal person just to gain the same success. Many might call it.
Okay, so that is it for me. KSI's hang up with Jake Paul is that Jake just comes into YouTube and blows up. You can see all his views. All the views he's getting. As I said, it was much easier for Jake to crack 20 million on a vlog, you know, all those kinds of things. 22 million, 30 million, 32 million on a music video. Jake floors KSI in terms of music views. So it's clear that that is the real reason, and he just doesn't want to say. Because let's show you Jake's most popular videos. So the song that everyone clowns Jake for is Everyday Bro. 303 million views. 180 million I Love You Bro song. Nobody, I'm not even, like, obviously I don't say nobody, but this song is not that popular. And look at it, 180 million views. KSI's best song, his most famous song, Lamborghini. This is what KSI's page looks like. It's not much, although he does crack 34, cracks 19 here, but the rest is 3s and 9s. This is KSI's most popular song, Lamborghini. 129 million views. This is his best song that he sings every time he can. Think of it, which is crazy. 150 million views. Now look at Jake's. Jake cracks 300 million on its Everyday Bro. 180 million, 77 million. So you can see that Jake clearly doesn't put in that much effort to, or I'll say KSI feels some kind of hang up as to the amount of effort he thinks Jake puts in compared to the amount of work that he has to put in, and Jake gets a bigger result. But Jake was grinding out daily vlogs for 500 days, something like this. So that's hard work. It's hard work to get all that done, edit, come up with ideas. And Jake started 2 years after KSI, and here he is. 2013, 4 years, 7 billion views. KSI is on what? KSI is on 6 billion with more subs. So he goes down on this path. I'm trying to destroy Jake Paul. I want to end him. And then he ends up destroying himself in the process. This KSI. My goal is, Jake Paul is my end goal. I'm going to end this Jake Paul bullshit. And it's like, now, what does it come out to say? Here's KSI in 2025 saying something very funny.
I said in the interview, I feel like the boxing has just brought out a lot of negativity, and it's just not who I am. I'm a guy that likes to entertain and make people enjoy and forget about their problems. That's who I am. I'm going to make that happen more. I'm going to bring that more. Whether it's YouTube, music, whatever, man, I'm going to make sure people are entertained and having a great time.
Right. So, I mean, so he goes on this path trying to destroy Jake and ends up destroying himself. He's destroyed his hand, he's destroyed his boxing career. Look at this. KSI in fits of laughter as labels Jake Paul and Tommy Fury trash and says he will destroy both of them. Right. The issue was, Jake finally signed to fight Tommy Fury, and KSI says he'll fight the winner. Why? When your problem was with Jake. Right here. Your problem was with Jake. But you said you want to fight the winner of Jake and Tommy. So the reason KSI fought Tommy Fury was because Jake lost to him, so that he would beat Tommy Fury and not have to fight Jake. That didn't work out, so he destroyed himself. Guys, KSI has not fought since. And he has tried to fight. The Tommy Fury fight destroyed him. He admits to Vidal Riley that he couldn't stand toe-to-toe with Tommy Fury and box him. That's what Jake did. Jake lost. So he believed that if he does the jumping jacks, darts in and darts out, he will be able to steal a win, basically. Tommy got a point deducted and still won. And KSI cried on stage. He appealed. The same way he laughed at Logan for appealing, he too appealed and still today has not seen the irony.
It's like, he is unreal. So, like, both of them guys are a league above me now.
Wait, so he's pretty much just admitting that he just gets his ass whooped. So, I mean, fair enough. I guess you just gotta commend Joe for being truthful.
I was a fan of him growing up. So, when that match came about, it was like, 100%. Whereas like going against anyone else, it really has to be someone that like I really give a shit about like beating. And like that's the thing, like beating or losing to Anderson Gibb, like I don't really give a shit. On top of that, Anderson Gibb is better at boxing than me. Like he just is. Vidal, his coach, who's also JJ's coach, like he is unreal. So like both of them guys are a league above me now.
Wait, so he's pretty much just admitting that he just gets his ass whooped. So I mean, fair enough. I guess you just gotta commend Joe for being truthful.
So I hope that makes sense. Obviously, I'm cool to do a boxing video. I just like it's the training for 7 months and then like inevitably cracking under pressure on fight night and losing. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'd rather just do a video.
Yeah, fair enough.
There's one last thing.
So, you see that? Does that sound familiar? KSI has also come out to say the exact same thing. The fact that you have to grind so hard, training is so difficult, and then you have to fight somebody at the end of it. And that is exactly what KSI has been saying. He said that somewhere here.
Everybody's boxing.
I said in the interview, I feel like the boxing has just brought out a lot of negativity and it's just not who I am. I'm a guy that likes to entertain and make people enjoy and forget about their problems. That's who I am. I'm going to make that happen more. I'm going to bring that more. Whether it's YouTube, music, whatever, man, I'm going to make sure people are entertained and having a great time.
So he's run away, the same way Joe Weller did. And I mean, last year, Mams said that KSI will be more involved in Misfits. So he's actually finished. He's so done. KSI is so done. They can drop all these names that they want, but there's just nothing there for him to do. It's 2023, right after they signed the DAZN deal. I've covered this many times, but this is just smoke and mirrors. Remember, this guy did a video with Al Sheikh right after Jake was denied the Canelo fight. And you think that, yeah, this guy is going to fight somebody in Alcatraz only for him to say he'd rather sing songs instead.
It's just not who I am. I'm a guy.
Exactly. So, just a quick one. We've exposed why KSI actually hates Jake Paul. We've exposed that he's basically an Anderson Gibb. Jake is close to a world title. He's ranked number 14 in the world. And KSI is scared. Clearly scared. There's no doubt about that. And just as a bonus, Jake has been ranked number 14 in the world, and he's now eligible to challenge Zudo Ramirez for the world title cruiserweight division. KSI is telling everyone that he'd rather go back to singing. Jake is close to a world title. Jake has sacrificed everything to be where he is. He sacrificed his YouTube channel, he sacrificed his clout, and here he is. He has dropped everything for a world title shot. Here we go. Right? Now, upon the news that Jake has been ranked number 14 in the world, Wade comes out and instead of the congratulations, instead of acknowledging where Jake Paul came from, Jake came from where? This is where Jake came from. SpongeBob Pineapple Prank, 2014. Call Me Maybe Gone Wrong, daily vlogs. This is where Jake Paul came from. Bluetooth date prank, daily vlogs. And now this person is fighting or is eligible to fight for a world title. Instead of to congratulate him from coming from YouTube and elevating himself to this stage, what does Wade Plem do? He goes back to his original position, which is being Jake Paul's number one hater. We have the video on that. There's no doubt about that. The first thing he does is to qualify and to demean and to diminish the accomplishment. Here's the thing, he says. Jake Paul doesn't belong in the top 15 at cruiserweight based on his resume. But neither do some people in the top 15 in the WBA. Guys like Rivalry being nowhere on the WBA's list shows you sanctioning body rankings are very subjective. Cruiserweight is a pretty empty weight class. And Jake ranking shows that they are desperate to have people talking about the weight class and their belt. Does Jake deserve a top 15 spot based on his resume? No. But the rankings have always been more business than sport. For God's sake. Maybe it's true. But if you want to mention the person like Vidal Riley, who started boxing in 2018 professionally, and Jake Paul, who started boxing professionally in 2020, and they both have the same number of fights. Jake being, I think, older, or either the same age or slightly older than Vidal. And then Jake's resume has 142 wins. That's when you look at his opponents. And Vidal's resume has 97 wins. So Jake clearly has a better resume at cruiserweight than Vidal. So calling out his resume and crying that the division is empty, nobody, guys, listen to me, nobody on this planet can name 15 cruiserweights in the world right now. Nobody. If you stop them on the road and say, look, I will give you $1 million, name me 15 top cruiserweights in the world, they cannot do it. And that's what he's saying here. Where is it? The cruiserweight is pretty empty. There are nobodies there. Now we have Jake Paul in there, shining a light on the division, shining a light on the rankings, giving. Now we can look at the names there. We can look at the names and say, oh wow, who is this guy that Jake is ranked above? Who is the guy ranked above Jake? Jake's presence in the WBA rankings helps the division. It helps the WBA. So why is he salty? Why is it that the first thing you do when Jake accomplishes something that not many people can do, the first thing people do is to qualify, denigrate, demean, and just generally attempt to shit on his parade? And the guy fucking snaps. It's like, shut your dumb ass up. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Who are these people? Who are these people? Nobody knows who these people are. Nobody knows who these people are. Other than Doticos, who just fought Zurdo, and then Badu Jack and Opataya. Who are these people? Nobody knows who these people are. So, Jake has managed to sneak in, and now we are shining a light. This is the first time anybody has ever posted the cruiserweight rankings in the world. It's just this month of July that somebody came out and said, yeah, there's the cruiserweight ranking. Because nobody fucking cares. Nobody cared before Jake got in there. Nobody looked at the cruiserweight rankings before Jake got there. So what is the problem? Why must this boy always face hatred wherever he goes? All people have to do is sit back and watch him write his own story. You guys counted him out since Ben Askren. People counted out Jake Paul since Ben Askren. People said, if Jake doesn't beat Ben Askren, he's not a legitimate fighter. People said that. Professionals said that. Now, people are counting out Ben Askren as though Ben Askren is not a world level fighter. They will always come out to qualify and denigrate this boy at every single turn. And I'm not here for it. I won't stand for it. So this guy has been talking for years, and now he's fucked off into the... Look, he's admits grudge fight is the end goal of his career. This is the main... He has given up. KSI has given up on his career by going back to music. This is what he says. I guess the end goal is fighting Jake Paul, seeing who the ultimate best in influencer boxing is. It excites me. I love when there's a lot of pressure, because pressure makes diamonds. Why is he under a lot of pressure if he's so much better than Jake Paul? Why? KSI is confident that he can beat Paul despite the experience gap between the pair, and describe the fight as the end goal of his boxing career. When was this? This is 2023. Right before Jake fights Tommy Fury. I guess the end goal, once more, I guess the end goal is fighting Jake Paul, seeing who the ultimate best in influencer boxing is. It excites me. It excites me, he says.
It's just not who I am.
It excites me. I guess not. Where is it? It excites me. I love when there's a lot of pressure because pressure makes diamonds. I've said it several times. I'm a risk taker. I love taking risks. I feel like life would be so boring if we just stayed in a little zone where we are so comfortable all of the time because you will never get anywhere. You will never know where you could have gone in years to go. Let's listen to this one more time and laugh.
Out a lot of negativity, and it's just not.
Reveals the truth about his boxing.
I said in the interview, I feel like the boxing has just brought out a lot of negativity, and it's just not who I am. I'm a guy that likes to entertain and make people enjoy and forget about their problems. That's who I am, and I'm going to make that happen more. I'm going to bring that more. Whether it's YouTube, music, whatever, man, I'm going to make sure people are entertained and having a great time.
All right. I mean, that's it. He's finished. He's done. We saw him cry. We'll put those clips up. It's unfortunate. Well, there we are. KSI vs Jake Paul is dead. Please don't mention KSI when Jake is doing things, and don't come up with the excuses of it's all Jake has. Jake sacrificed everything to get to where he is. Jake sacrificed everything to be in contention for a world title. What has KSI sacrificed? Time with the sidemen. Anyways, guys, leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Out.
After centuries of sleep, of nothingness, I have returned. Something comes back to me. I was great once. Feared. Yes. Once I was strong. Powerful beyond measure, beyond imagining. So weak now, must find blood.
The best guy at synthesizing this stuff, because he's just been hitting these things out of the park.